Okay. Welcome to the other, other, and perhaps another collab podcast interview with your host, me, and with Silverwolf, Shumoko, and Adimarchus. So, going from right to left, Silverwolf, please tell us who are you and your plugs.
My plugs.
Yeah, like your Twitch, your Twitter, or whatever.
I'm
I don't
glad we
use a lot of
finished
that
that
stuff.
sentence.
But yes, I'm Silverwolf. I'm on Twitch and Twitter. Mitch Wolf of Silver on Twitter. I can't remember my Twitch name off, but I think it's like Silverwolf, the same thing. And yeah, I don't have a very large internet presence, and for good reason. I guess I like to keep myself to myself most of the time. But yeah, I'm a writer, artist, sorta. And I enjoy hanging around with pretty chill people.
Interesting theory. What about you, Shimoko?
So, hi, I'm Shimoko. You just call me Shu. I got Twitch. No, I don't stream on Twitch. I just have the account. Twitter, that's Shimoko Minamochi. Look for the robot. Uh, I'm, yeah, like Silver said there, I'm just like, I don't have much of a presence. I run a little bit of a roleplay group, and that's kind of about it. I make some
It's a good
mediocre
role
3D
playing group.
models, and yeah, like 3 out of the 4 people here are in it.
Speaking of the one that's not in it, Addie, tell us about yourself. Who
Oh.
are you? Give us your plugs.
Ahoy there, mateys! I am Adimarchus.
Yeah.
Yar. I'm known as Captain Adimarchus on Twitter or Adimarchus on Twitch. My dragon is called Captain Ironbeard, or some people call me Marcus. Anywho, my SL is really Adimarchus Ironbeard. I am a sky captain, pirate. I mean, he loves to eat minerals, rocks, dirt, that kind of thing. I love that ferocious diet.
So he's into rock candy. Got it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my, that might be interesting.
I mean, if it was like rock lobsters, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
does he like jawbreakers? Will there be a crossover with Ed, and Eddie?
Oh my god.
I like chickens, Eddie.
Just a
I
quarter.
like chickens, Eddie. I like chickens.
I'll give you this
Anywho,
clump of dirt for just
So
a
let me get this
quarter.
straight. You like to eat rocks.
Yeah, so the whole idea, the reason why I eat rocks or have the atrocious diet is from the Dodogama from Monster Hunter. You know
I
who?
don't knock
Ah,
until
yeah,
you
yeah,
try
yeah.
it.
What?
Yeah, so there's this giant chunky boy. His name's Dodogama, and
Giant
he eats
frog.
he eats like rocks and crystals and stuff like that, and then he actually uses it as like a weapon to shoot out of
Mhm.
or spew out of his mouth.
Huh.
So you don't actually eat the rocks. You use them as a weapon, or do you actually digest
I
them?
actually
as a
no, that's my diet. I actually ingest them, not in real life, but my dragon in particular
Oh
does that.
yeah, I get you.
I would hope so.
I mean, hey, you got to get your vitamins some way or another. But anyways,
I think it's more minerals than vitamins in that one.
Yeah.
yeah. So like he actually forms, because without having a fire breath, right? He actually forms it within his gullet to form like either pellet size, like balls, like like rock shaped, like to shoot from his mouth,
Buckshot.
or kind of like a buckshot, or forms a really big one into a cannonball.
So you're
Okay.
basically shotgun breath.
That's actually a pretty good concept.
Mhm.
That's
You got
interesting, but
slugs and you got birdshot.
that's interesting. But this isn't about your OC. This is about you.
Well, it's not
So,
about me. I mean, but we're just talking about it anyways.
nah, you derailed the conversation. I quit.
I'm sorry.
How dare you have fun?
Well,
I do that a lot.
see you next time.
apparently. Yep.
Speaking of fun, I must know, and again, starting right to left, Silver Shoe, then Addy. What is your favorite color?
Oh god, this. Crap. It's been so long since
Fascinating.
I've been asked that question.
Your favorite color
My
is
favorite
crap.
No, don't go
Brown.
there. Don't go there, Razor. No, my favorite color probably has to be silver. I know it's kind of weird, but it's just a
Oh,
very nice color.
wow. Who'd have
I know,
thought?
how original, right?
Who
It
would have
used to be
guessed?
blue,
So
but
my follow-up
but
question is why?
why? It's a very stately color. I like it a lot because it's a safe color. It's very pretty, and it used to be blue, but everybody and their mother started liking blue, and I kind of blame hedgehogs and red versus blue
Yeah.
and all that other fun stuff. So I can't be like, oh, I like blue. Oh no, everybody likes blue. Oh, that's not fun. So I like silver because it's cool. It's and
It's no
you
use.
and it has a very nice aesthetic, especially when you see it on World War II airplanes. Don't they just shine when they are nice and silver? Right.
It's not gold, but I'll let you have it.
This guy who always wants to butter everything, including his guns.
This isn't Red Dead. Anyway,
I
shoot.
prefer the painted aircraft anyway. My favorite color is green,
Why green?
particularly dark
That is
green.
not a creative color. Please explain
shut
yourself.
your
will-
mouth. You
I
shut
will-
your mouth.
You shut your face.
No.
Like, I will defy anyone who says it's not a creative color. I've done some shit. No, I have done some stuff with this.
Oh.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yes. Anyway,
Okay.
what? just minimum. So
I'm-
why green?
I don't know. I've just always liked the color.
Hmm.
Uh,
That's it. You
If I-
just like green.
yeah, I just like green.
Wow.
I mean, there's some other things that are green that I like.
Yeah, but that's not silver. So Addy, what's your favorite color?
I mean, we could tell about my color of my dragon that I like olive drab green, or aka sage green too.
Why that particular shade of green?
So olive drab green, I always like the military colors, preferably the army. I also like like camouflage, like how it's like they got the green, the brown, the black, the grays. Love woodland colors, just because
knows
I
what's
actually
that.
yeah, and the reason for a lot of times for the colors is I grew up in the mountains, so forestry was my thing.
Hmm.
So you were an arborist, right? Is that it?
No,
Is that
he's
the
a
term?
dragon.
Keep going. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like I mean I guess because I prefer the mountainous areas more than I do the cities or the deserts.
Hmm.
I can't stand living in a desert.
Why
Yeah,
would
it's
you?
too hot.
Oh,
It is. But when you live in a place called the high desert, it's literally a mountainous desert. I'm like, this makes no sense, but okay. It snows up here.
Oh, didn't know about that one.
Yeah, yeah. So like when you hit like those certain elevations, right? Like they'll
Yeah.
actually snow.
Mhm.
When people look at our desert like, oh, there's no way it snows up here. I'm like, ha ha, joke's on you.
That's kind of unique. Speaking of unique, Silver, what is your favorite number?
Are we restricted to digit count, or does it not matter?
It's your favorite number. It's your number.
38.
Why 38?
Well, I always think awesome things happen in threes, or terrible things, but 3 is a very important number. It's either that or 2. Because 2 is signifying doubles, pairs, things that connect together. 3 is a connection of 3 ideas, 3 thoughts, 3 strikes, 3 wins, 3 losses, that kind of stuff. And 8 just because it's such a nice looking number. It was that or 7, but 7 is like, it's got the lucky number carrying over it, so you think, oh, you need to get luck. But if you have 8, it's like, it's a nice number, it's a safe number, and I mean, you have a great card game named after it.
And it's infinite.
It is infinite if you put it on its side.
A Mobius strip. Just like a USB port.
Wait a minute, is that the one where you don't know if you're putting it in the right way or the wrong way?
Exactly. So, Shu, what is your favorite number?
That one is actually kind of a hard one because there are many things I don't actually pick favorites for. I can tell you what my least favorite number is, though.
I guess that's good enough.
My least favorite is 2.
Why that? Because Silver
it is
said
the
he
number
likes
that
it.
occurs on the worst day of the year for me.
Do
The 2nd of February.
I dare ask?
It's I'm not normally superstitious, but that day just sucks.
Huh. So it's
It really
like-
sucks.
It's your personal Friday the 13th then.
Basically.
weird. All right. Learn something new every day. So, Addy, what is your favorite number? And
21.
21. Why 21?
Blackjack.
Oh, I thought maybe because that's when you were first allowed to drink.
Well,
I-
okay, that's a plus to that. But the only reason why, okay, so I like blackjack. I like playing cards.
Hmm.
It has three sevens in it too. So you got a 7 and a 3. So it's 3, 7, 21. Still nice.
Very nice.
It's funny. Well, not funny, but cool because a lot of stuff happens to be in the 7s and the 21.
Okay. So you like it because you're a gambler. Anyway.
I mean, I'm a pirate, so
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I was actually going to say, hey,
Speaking
the
of
pirate, he
what-
likes gambling.
Speaking of what you are, character-wise, Silver, what is your character? What creature are they? And what's with
Well-
their limbs?
Oh, okay, so this is Natalia. She is actually probably my second oldest character in the assortment of characters I have. And she is a tiger. She is a biomechanical construct. So she was originally made sort of like Frankenstein-esque fabrication of an organic matter into a tiger. And due to the antagonist of her backstory wanting to be like, hey, let's make it into a weapon,
Okay.
she was augmented with 4 limbs that were cybernetic and her tail.
Interesting. I knew about the cybernetic part. I didn't know about the everything being created.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Her
Test tube,
and
baby.
her and actual Silver are the two, I guess, most recent, not recent, but like most predominant characters, and they're both constructs.
Hmm.
Silver being a bit more advanced because he has magic stone in his chest.
So infinite. Got it. So shoot,
It's
tell us
not
about your
infinite.
little thing.
Yes, this is Mimi the Imp. And technically she's actually a bat.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, so
why does it not look like Rouge?
because
Ugh.
her people they're descendant from an ancient tribe of bats that took a warp ring to another world and kind of got stuck there. So they ended up developing rather quickly into a spacefaring species that just so happened to have taken on similar traits as to what you might find in like demons and whatnot.
Ah.
They
I was actually going to ask, did your ears evolve into horns then?
yes, actually.
Hmm.
So your
And
horns are basically ears too, right?
yes. The two up top are the one in the back. That one I haven't found an explanation for yet. But
It's like jewelry.
It's just genetics or
yeah,
aesthetics.
it's funny you should mention like jewelry because they are considered a status symbol with her people. The bigger the horns, the more attractive.
Oh. So
It's
it
the
is like Rouge. Anywho, moving from that not PG joke, Addy, I would ask you, but you already told us your life story.
I sure
Perhaps a recap?
did. I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know what else I can say besides like the fact that he's a
Like-
dragon.
Like what kind of dragon, perhaps? Because I've noticed you don't have wings.
Yeah, well, not all dragons have to have wings, you know.
And
That's
Because
why
everyone-
they're
every-
classified as drakes.
Right, and they're still technically of the draconic descent, but like
Mm-hmm.
it's like the problem is like a lot of people who see dragons are like, oh, they have wings. They all have wings. Have you seen the other dragons? Have you seen wyverns? Have you seen hydras? Have you Do we not pay attention to those?
There's a
No?
large subspecies of dragons. Dragon's the
Yeah.
catch-all term. But
Mhm.
the true dragons, quote unquote, are wings and fire breath and blah.
Hold on. I thought I was asking Addy. Silver, you're not a dragon.
The
I have a
East
dragon
Nation
zone or two.
42.
Oh, I'll bring her up later. You might, Addie, you might get a kick out of her actually.
Yeah.
Kid you not.
So anywho, so besides like without the fire breath whole thing, like he eats minerals, uses as a projectile, like like an offense and a defense.
Okay.
Um,
So my next
yeah,
question
so he's a
is.
stone. So
Go ahead.
I would say he is a stone ridgeback drake.
I don't know what that means, but I'm sure someone out there has Googled it. They can look that up
Sure.
if they're curious. So my next question is, what powers do you have for the character? But again, Eddie, you just told us, so we'll go the other way. Shoo, does Meme have any powers?
I mean, outside of, you know, the flight, once she gets used to the planet's gravity, she's really just a prospector and a mechanic.
Okay, so
And her,
she's normal for the most part.
yeah, with her people, she just kind of went out there with her ship and looked for resources to bring back home. And
You said
she,
you were a bat species.
yes,
What about echolocation?
uh, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen Rouge do that, but I also haven't looked too much into the
I
comics in
mean,
that department.
bats
So
have it. Maybe she has it in some way.
Eh?
I'm not sure. Maybe I'll have to look further into it.
I mean, you could
Because
always just say like it de-evolved from the species because it just wasn't needed anymore.
possibly. I mean, she does also have the headset here, which does a lot of scanning work for her.
That
So
could make sense, yeah.
yeah.
So, Silver, what does Natalia's powers are? Is grammar.
Grammar. Her powers are very rudimentary. I mean, everybody has like fire breath or stone shots or some cool ability.
Look
to
at you,
fly.
Eddie.
I just have guns.
Okay, so you're
I have
very normal.
internally augmented firearms. They're great. And the tail is a weapon too. But the only power she has, and I'm still
Sure,
trying to
normal.
figure this out, is she's able to create explosive charges, like balls of energy that she uses like grenades, or you focus enough into it, you can turn it into like a C4. And yeah, she has to channel energy from her augments to create it because I didn't say actually bring this up. She has a stone inside her too that was shattered for each of these limbs. It's what's kept her from becoming completely transformed into a robot. So
Oh,
each one has a good amount of power within it, so she's able to channel it to this destructive force because it's a shattered crystal.
like a Chaos Drive from Sonic Adventure 2?
I-
Kind of?
Yes? Question
Hmm.
mark. I feel a lot of my ideas have already been thrown into Sonic at some point, but definitely
Yeah, we all have that
kind
issue.
Eh.
Pretty much.
I did it first. I'll say that much. I know I did it first.
I know, I got the same issue. So, now that we've discussed your powers, I have a very important question for the characters that you've made. Do you use these powers for good or for awesome? Silver? Do you?
You see, I use these powers for good.
Boring.
Because the awesome's already taken by my cooking.
Boring, but delightfully delicious. Shoo. Do they work for
use-
the powers of good or awesome?
She uses them for the powers of the expansion of the Daemon Empire.
So
pretty
she's, I don't know, that sounds like she's good because she's conforming to the norms of society. Sounds like a goody two
If
shoe.
societal norms mean the all consumption of resources and energy, then sure.
Having a mine or two doesn't hurt anyone, except for those who live there. Addie, we know you're a pirate, but are you using these powers to be a good pirate or awesome evil pirate.
Let's go with the awesome evil pirate. I am a villain. I do. Uh, there was a whole story about that too, but I'll get into that later.
Okay. I don't know if these two have ever seen it. But I know you and I have played some Sea of Thieves. Does the dragon
Yar.
does the dragon play anything like that?
Oh, you mean being
Like
like
the
a
way you
reaper
play?
from Sea of Thieves? Yeah, you mean like being a reaper and being like
Just doing the things you do, is that normal for the dragon?
Oh,
yes.
Oh boy.
oh.
So, explain to me a Reaper. You just kill other pirates or something, or just,
Basically.
So reapers in Sea of Thieves are literally your evil faction, right? They're the ones that go after other pirates and
Mhm.
whatnot because you want that plunder, you want that booty, you want that treasure.
Money.
so it's
Gotta
not
get
like
that booty.
and like for the sake of the ecosystem that you got to call some pirates because too many pirates. Hey, what
No.
happened to all that booty?
No,
Right.
no, it's
All that-
just
all that
hey,
booty
you spent all
drowned.
that time getting the treasure. That's mine now.
Well,
Yeah.
my favorite thing is too is that I like carrying kegs on my ship, and I like to
Explosives.
call them, yeah,
Oh,
um,
explosives are fun.
yeah, they
Mhm.
they are they
Oh,
are
I thought you meant
especially.
like alcoholic kegs. Okay.
Oh, these are explosive kegs. So what's cool
Uh,
about these particular ones that I like to call out to people is like, hey, welcome to Plunder Mart, where we plunder what you have on your ship. Please enjoy this half off coupon, aka
hang
the
on.
half off
No, you
coupon.
should say we plunder what you've plundered.
Daddy, have me.
Get out of my
We
way.
like plunder that you've
Yes,
plundered.
sorry, I have a kid.
How dare you be an adult? Let's all point and laugh at him for having
all right.
responsibilities.
So with the explosive keg is that I call these half off coupons, and if it's and what's funny is I literally dumbfounded a few people when I was like, oh, they're like, oh, hey, I'm friendly. I'm like, that's nice. Welcome to Plunder Mart. Please enjoy this half off coupon.
No, if they are friendly or surrender, you give them two.
I gave him one, and
No,
my
you
buddy, a
gotta
buddy of
give
mine
them
went on
two.
to
Hal.
my buddy went onto the ship, right? Turned on the keg, and he's like, oh, it just blew up. It was nice. It was great. I've had such great moments on there too, with like dropping multiple cakes in the water while being followed by other people, and then just seeing the ship just sink.
Oh,
Ah,
that's
yeah.
that's great.
I almost had that work out. So,
Yeah.
since I heard someone munching on something, Silver, what is your favorite food and why?
Mm.
But if you choose something like pizza, you have to be more specific. Like what kind of pizza?
Okay, so it's a toss up between. I could just give you one of my favorite meals, but I'll stick
That'll
it to
work.
dinner because that's the. Let's keep it straightforward. I like Miami ribs. I like mashed potatoes. I like green peas with a nice seasoning. I would say gravy, but dietary reasons, I can't add gravy, which would be good with milk. And then there's probably my favorite dessert as well. Oh, chocolate pudding pie with whipped cream on the top. It's
So
that
why?
or lemon meringue pie, but
Bleh. So
you
why
don't
the?
like lemon meringue pie?
No,
Oh my god, you're missing out.
I tried it one before, and I know it was perfectly fine, but I had to spit it out because it tasted rancid to me.
Man, you gotta get your butt here sometime, and I will give you some good lemon meringue that you will
Ugh.
have a bad. No, you will have a good experience.
No.
Because
So
no friend of mine disses lemon meringue
then we're
because
not
they had a bad
friends.
experience. Oh no! Wow, I'm hurt, good sir. That hurt.
You're welcome.
Now I wish I
Goody
did have a
two-shoe.
pie because I'd put it in your face.
No. But why the out of all that stuff, I'm gonna pick the ribs because that's the main course. Why that? Out of all the things you could have picked, why that one?
Miami ribs are just okay. So
And what
I
makes it
know.
Miami?
I think because they're just small little sections of ribs that come
Oh,
together.
okay.
And they're usually, if you cook them, because you gotta cook them low, you gotta cook them slow, and they basically fall off the bone. You can
Right.
eat a crap ton of them and not feel stuffed.
I do love
But it's giving you
ribs.
like nice amounts of protein. Plus,
Hmm.
they're great for mixing with other stuff, like mashed potatoes especially.
Okay. So, Shu, what is your favorite food?
Thai beef salad.
Oh, what beef salad?
Thai beef salad.
Thai beef?
Pie?
Thai beef.
Oh, Thai.
Yeah.
Why that? What's in it besides the beef?
I mean, I'd have to pull the recipe because I can't remember all of it. It's like it is the beef. It is uh cilantro, uh all kinds of little stuff, but it's one of those dishes that just tastes amazing. You got like 10 different flavors you can taste all at the same time or individually if you wanted, and it tastes even better the day after
Mm.
because then it's had time to just sit there and soak in its own juices,
Oh,
and it's delicious.
Hmm.
I'm
If you
looking
say
it
so.
up now, actually.
Yeah.
It does look really good, especially because you can put brisket in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh.
like brisket too.
You know what brisket reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me of dragons. Addy, what is your favorite food?
Oh, this guy.
Yes.
All right, so
At least I'm not calling you an alligator. I'm being respectful this time.
yeah, this time,
Yes.
look, it's either alligator or crocodile. Like,
Well, if you
wow.
insist.
All right, no, please don't. It'd have to be like what's that Mexican lasagna?
I don't think I've ever had that. That sounds good.
Yeah, it is. It's instead of like lasagna noodles, right? You know, like they layer it.
Yeah.
They layer it with tortillas, and then in
Ooh.
between those is like you got like the beef, the beans, the cheese, all the amenities of like putting in like a burrito, and you literally just flatten it out into layers.
See, why couldn't you two have something tasty like that? Now
I'm
I'm hungry.
sorry. I think it's more of his description of it. It sounds really
Yeah,
nice, actually.
he
Yeah, and then
described
you
it a lot better than I did mine.
It's like lasagna, only, Mexican.
Delicious.
yeah,
It's like lasagna, but better.
and then
Uh,
like what you do for the cheese, by the way, is that you get like the melted like Velveeta cheese or get like the cheese dip queso type deal. And you get the ones with like little like salsa mixes and put it all on top of that.
Sounds
We've
tasty.
we've also got a thing in my family that's call them haystacks,
Ooh,
but it's like
haystacks
what?
with the chow mein and chocolate and nuts.
uh no, see, everyone seems to have their own different version of haystacks. With my family, we put like a layer of Fritos down with ground beef on top of that, uh cheese, olives, lettuce, sour cream, or no, salsa, sour cream, more cheese, shredded, or whatever. We just make a huge pile on the plate,
Huh.
and that's our haystack.
Actually, sounds pretty nice.
It
So
is.
no hay.
No actual hay.
Terrible haystack. But you're only allowed one favorite food. That was two. Silver gets a pass. So, circling back to what all these creatures on the screen are, what's your favorite video game besides Sonic? Silver?
Is it okay to say that I don't really like the Sonic games?
Then why are you even here? Get out.
Because
Get out.
no, hey, I like the comics and I like
Okay, you can stay.
I
You
like
can
the
stay.
comics much better. Okay, but my favorite games are probably RTS strategy games.
Yes.
That and any tactical FPS or TPS is pretty cool too.
So real-time strategy, first-person shooter. What's the other one?
Third person shooter.
Okay. So like Gears of War.
Pretty much, yeah.
For any one of those, is there like a particular series that you like be it Call of Duty or StarCraft or whatever?
Well, I liked a lot of the Cold War ones, like World in Conflict, War Game, that kind of stuff. It's not necessarily a series, but that's the kind of thing. Series-wise, Mass Effect was nice. I liked that. Homeworld was another fun one for RTS-wise. And probably my favorite, which unfortunately only had Mech Warrior. I gotta put Mech Warrior there. But my favorite
Ooh.
was an Xbox game called Brute Force.
Hold
Ye-
up. Hold up. Did you just said brute force? My God,
Yes.
that game.
Yep.
That rings a bell.
It
It
is.
was an
It's
Xbox One game.
and it's a 4-player co-op game. Like it really requires you to be team player. Like you cannot.
Like I
Be
played
an
the game
asshole.
myself, and I played it through, beat it like so many times. It was such an
Yeah, I
awesome
must have
game.
missed
I
out on
love
that
the
one.
characters the most. But yes, it was a cool 4-player co-op game, and I'm like super surprised they didn't do anything else with it. Because now, if you release it now, oh my god, you do very well with it. But it was such a fun game, great story, and it's what got me interested in like tactical squad-based games. Because Flint, she the best.
Oh.
Interesting theories. So, Shu, what's your favorite video game besides Sonic?
So there's actually a few franchises. Pokemon, Zelda, Mega Man. I'm big into Mega Man.
Mega Man.
Halo, Advance Wars.
Uh,
Yeah.
are you excited for the
I,
reboot?
I was pissed earlier today because I read an article stating that the reboot has been indefinitely postponed.
It
Oh
sounded like
no.
it was almost done.
It at this stage in time it was going to be released. It would have already been released. It should be done, but it was indefinitely postponed due to RL events, which I will not get into.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah,
That's unfortunate.
yeah.
Hmm.
Everything's making way
Well-
for the AAA. All the fun stuff just seems to pop.
Yeah.
hmm
Well, now I'm depressed. Thanks.
Right? You're
So
welcome.
out of all those, like, what's your preferred game? Your go-to?
I would say my go-tos are either Pokemon or Zelda.
Hmm. Interesting. So Addy, what's your favorite game besides Sonic?
I mean, Sea of Thieves for one. Usually like first-person shooters. Kind of like RPG games at that. Usually do what do they call it? Not tabletop. What's the word I'm looking for? RTSs.
Nice.
Real-time strategies as well.
Yeah.
Also nice on the tabletop.
Is there a particular RTS that you like?
I mean, it's a game that you also play, which is Dawn of War.
Yeah, I know
I like
that
Dawn
all
of
too
War.
well.
We might have a 4-way coming up at some point.
Nice.
Oh.
I'm into
Kinky.
this.
All right. Well, since we now know what game you like besides the Blue Freak, what got you guys hooked onto the Blue Freak? Silver. Why? What got you hooked onto Sonic?
It was back in 2003, and I think I have to partially blame an individual for this. You know him, Mike Murdoch. He
Uh-huh.
was the one that really got me into it. I liked Sonic because I liked animals growing up. I liked I like watching nature documentaries, and I liked anime, but I never really was able to see all of them together. Then when I saw Sonic, I was like, oh, this is cool. And then the comics came out, and I was in heaven. The comics were amazing. I got a lot of the anthologies too, and
Which comics? The Archie comics?
the Archie
or-
comics.
Okay.
Archie comics. I have a crap ton of them still.
As do I.
But but I got into that, and then when I started getting online, Mike was like the first person I ran into, and he liked Sonic too. He also liked Metal Slug, and that was pretty cool. So we hit it off, and he brought me into this insanity. So I
So
have
it's the
to
comics
thank
and then a friend.
it's like, yeah.
Now
Heck,
you're
I'm
on the
awesome.
hard stuff.
I'm on the hard stuff. Just
With your
cut me up a line. Let's do it.
Fannons and your OCs.
Yes.
Oh,
And the
do not
backstory.
steal.
Oh, all the backstory.
Ah, yes, that'll be a different podcast. Shoo, what got you hooked onto Sonic?
Oh, Bessie.
I don't know
So-
who that is.
My older brother Sean, when we were living over in Kadena, he got himself a Dreamcast, and that Dreamcast is old Bessie. I still got her underneath my bed right now. Still worked last time I plugged her in, but we've lost the cords since then.
Aw.
But Sonic Adventure 2 was actually my first Sonic game. So I got into the 3D Sonic games, and I didn't really backtrack too much. It's something I need to go back and do. But yeah, I've done Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Adventure, and barring the handheld 3D games, pretty much all the other 3D games I've played.
Hmm.
But that's kind of how I got in it.
So it's your brother's fault.
Yes.
Interesting. So you both have
Always
someone
got-
else to blame.
Yes.
Addy,
Mm.
And mine is family.
Addy, Addy. Do you have someone to blame that got you hooked onto Sonic, or is it a different excuse?
It's just a different excuse. The only reason why I got into Sonic was because I had a Sega Genesis with the Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 2, and the Sonic and Knuckles expansion on top of that. Yeah, those were fun.
So you just
And
got
then
hooked
getting
on the
into
game.
I got hooked on the game and also the comic books. When I got my first issue of Sonic the Hedgehog Archie comics, it was really fun to like read them and whatnot, and then find like all the different types of stories, which were pretty, for a kid, they were pretty well like written back in the day.
Oh,
So, I mean, I was like-
so you only have yourself to blame.
Yes.
At least you're a man about it. Unlike these two.
Easy to way.
Speaking of blaming people, what about movies? What is your favorite movie? Silver?
Oh. That's a very hard one. I'm in that
I'll pick
point
one.
of I like some movies, but I don't like a lot of movies, and the ones I do like I can't remember or don't exist anymore.
That's it's okay if they don't exist anymore. People have
I'm just trying to remember,
YouTube.
like in my head, I can't remember what they were.
Oh,
But I think some of my favorite movies were I can't give you one. I can give you at least three. The original Dune. I thought that was just a good movie. Even though the new one is actually pretty neat, but too much Star Wars-y in it.
eh.
Black Hawk Down.
Oh, I remember that one.
That's a good one.
Very good movie. And shit, what was the last one? See, that's what I mean. Like there was one that I used to really like, but I can't remember it. Well, a lot of Disney movies growing up were always fun, so I'll just put that up there because the
So you like
classics were the
movies
best.
about princesses and Black Hawks.
Yeah, Princesses and Blackhawks.
Interesting. The Black
Yeah,
Hawk
that's neat.
Princess.
Interesting combination.
Yes. So, Shu, what's your interesting combination? I mean, favorite movie?
Honestly, if I had to pick, if I had a moment to think back there, I'd have to say the Page Master.
Oh, I forgot all
Ooh,
about that.
that's a
Someone
lost
knows.
treasure of a fucking movie. Excuse my language.
Treasure's a
still have-
strong word, but okay.
Yeah.
I still have the
Yes.
VHS.
Wow.
I got mine too. Like that's a really good movie.
It is. It is.
Hmm.
I loved that movie when I was a kid.
So, Annie.
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh no, I'm good.
Annie, what's your favorite movie?
Well, besides the one that Shu said, which was Page Master, Treasure Planet.
Oh, that's a
Or-
good
Ooh.
one.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I
and
still
Titan
think you're both
AE.
wrong, but okay.
Page Master.
What What's page 1?
A page master.
I'm just looking up because I think I've seen this.
But-
Yeah, I think I've seen this before.
Yeah, there was Treasure
Okay.
Planet and then Titan AE.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And of course, Lost City of Atlantis. But, you know,
I've seen all these movies.
Yeah,
I
those
watched
are
the
fun.
movie a lot.
So Silver,
Mm-hmm.
assuming, let's say you forgot what movies are and what your favorite movie was, perhaps you have a book. What is your favorite book?
Oh man, that's tough
And not a
too.
Sonic comic. Book.
What did I really read that I really enjoyed? It's Silverwing series by Kenneth Oppel.
Silver, you say.
Silverwing.
Silver Wings, you say. What's that about?
It's about bats, actually. It was
Shoo,
written
you
by-
say.
It was a
damn it.
3-book series written by, I think it was a Canadian author about bats named Shade, and how bats. It's really well done. It's 3 books. There even was a cartoon that
Oh.
ran of the first book, which is really cool. Definitely, if it's a young adult book now, but I would definitely recommend reading it because it's a nice read. But it's about this bat that bats are not supposed to see the rising sun. So this young bat goes out to watch the sun rise, and an owl spots him. And owls are like the judge, jury, and executioner of this world, and they're like, "Oh, you cannot do that." So they burn the bat's home, and the bats have to go in exile.
Ah.
But Shade gets separated and goes on this whole adventure, meeting another bat, and they're running into like cannibal bats, which were the antagonists, and then the
Oh.
whole book goes crazy because there's a second and third. Anyway,
I was going to say hijinks, but Cannibal Bats is much worse.
oh, it's much worse. There's 2 more. So the next series is the Golden Compass.
I remember the
Right.
Golden Compass.
That rings a bell.
The Golden Compass. It's a book series. Let me get the author's name. I forget the author.
They also did a movie.
Yeah, well,
Hold
also a
on.
movie. His Darkest Material. That's it. That's what it's called. His Darkest Material, which
Hold
was
on.
written by Philip Pullman.
I thought you could only pick one book. What is this?
I'm sorry, I can't do just one.
Oh my
You gotta
goodness.
give me some leeway. I told you before, I like 3s.
But you said 3 was a bad number.
No,
I thought you said
it's
you
both
like.
good and bad.
I hear 3 and I say, number 3 is a magic number.
No,
The
3
last
my
book is
number.
Black Hawk Down.
What a cop out. So Shoo.
Hey, it's a good book. It's better than the movie.
Shoo, what is your favorite book? Assuming you can read.
So, I like The Legend of Drizzt. I like the
What is
Cat.
Legend of Driss?
It's a D&D book. Like, it's a series of stories based in the Forgotten Realms.
Ah.
Yeah.
So it's not something you play. It's an actual story.
Yeah, those ones are actual stories alongside the Cleric Quintet.
Hmm.
But as far as favorite book series goes, I'd have to go with the Pendragon series,
What's
which, despite the name, it has nothing to do with Arthur Pendragon. It's a young adult series. I got into it from, well, having to read it because I was in detention.
that?
Hey, detention does that. Basically, you've got travelers who go between worlds, and they use things called flumes to do so. And these worlds can be like, well, you've got 3 different Earths. One's in the future, one's set back when the Hindenburg went down. Plot points there, spoiler warning. And then modern day Earth in Stony Brook, New York. You've got others that are in like almost medieval fantasy land and techno jumble. It's also where I get my bad outlook on VR from, because VLOX. basically they just go around and they try to stop the worlds from going down the wrong path at their turning points. And they're trying to go up against a demon known as Saint Dane, who is trying to push these territories down the bad path of their turning point.
Huh.
Because the more territories go down the wrong path, the more unstable these worlds become. There was about 10 books in this series, and
Interesting.
it's a good read.
Sounds like a long read, too.
It is.
Annie, what book do you like to read?
Hmm.
Can dragons read?
Oh, we do, Razor. We sure do. Hey, speaking of, do weasels read or do they spell wrong? Because I realize my name is AID on here instead of ADI.
What was that? How do you
No?
spell it?
ADI. He's put it AID.
There you go.
Anywho, it would be actually it had to be a series. It's called the Automa series from Dean Koontz.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, Dean Koontz does a lot of like stuff from California, especially Southern Cali. And a lot of the stuff that he reads is very visual, and a lot of the places that he talks about are places that I know what they are. And I'm like, oh man. Like especially like certain windy roads that I've been on. I'm like, well, that happened there. That happened there.
Oh, I do love it when a book takes into account the actual area.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That's it? That's
I
it?
mean, literally just besides just that author in particular. You said just one. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a whole series. Odd Thomas series, like it's like a whole. Um, it's funny because it's based on a non-true store, true city, but the way he based it on was from the desert of California, so aka my area. And I'm going, uh-huh.
That's actually really interesting because my next question is, and you guys do not need to answer this because the internet is a scary place, except for you, Addie, because you already told us. Where do you live? And I already forgot. Addie, where do you live again?
I live in Southern California.
There it is. What about you, Shu? What country
So,
or state or time zone do you live in, if you wish to share?
yeah, I don't care. I'll give my whole damn life story.
And your mother's maiden name and your social security number.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Of course,
So,
the
I
weasel
used to
outfit.
live down in Florida, in Central Florida, in Brevard County.
Ooh.
For those that don't know, that's where the rockets or the shuttles go up.
Oh.
I have since moved, 'cause that was about 5, 6 years ago, and I am now in we call it Fayetteville. It's Fayetteville, North Carolina. I hate it here,
Your pain
but
brings me great joy.
you're welcome.
So, Silver, where do you live?
I'm the odd man out. I live in Toronto, Canada,
Oh,
in
what's
the
the city?
province of Ontario.
What's the city street? What house number?
I'm not going that
Don't.
far. I ain't going that far.
Yeah, don't.
Come on now.
All right. Well, if you're not going to tell us that, then perhaps you could tell us how old are you, if you wish.
Well, how old do you think?
I'm gonna go with
34.
27.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That's super sweet. No, I'm actually
No.
34. Sorry, 32 now.
Huh. Interesting. So, Shoo, how old are you?
I am 29.
Child.
I turned 30 on June 23rd.
Still a child.
I'm
Addy.
going to get my pointy hat.
What, the dunce
Sorry,
cap?
I'm dumb. I'm
No, the
34.
wizard cap.
I was right.
So, Addy, what's your age, mysterious
I'm-
elder dragon?
Oh, because you think I'm that old, right?
Nah, you're old because you have child and wife, and I'm so lonely.
Oh, sounds like a personal problem there, Razor.
It is. It's so personal and
oh.
alone.
I'm 33, about to be 34 in April.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh wait, do I
then.
need to say my birthday too?
No,
Nah.
only if you want to.
Well, I'm gonna
And
be
I'm
35 in December, so yeah.
there. You go, December. That's when the cat boy girl thing wants your gifts. And I would say that's all the questions we have, but I'd be wrong because now I need you three to ask me a question.
Oh
and
no.
we'll go backwards this time. Addy, then Shu, then Silver. So Addy, give me a question. And you only get
Why
one,
does a
so make it
weasel?
count.
Okay. So all right, I'll make it count. Why does a weasel like buttering up his weapons?
Because gold is expensive, butter's cheap.
But butter's
Don't
gold.
they teach
That's
you-
what you call that.
And it lubes up the guns. Don't they teach you anything in economics?
Lubing up guns, huh?
This isn't Red Dead. This is a podcast. So, Shu, do you have question for me?
Yeah, can I go last?
No. Next question, Silver. Sure, Silver.
Ah. What is
Silence.
your favorite roleplay?
Oh, that would have to be the one where it was just me and someone on the internet who said they were girls, so I can only assume they were. Oh, it was so spicy. Oh, wait, you mean something PG? That's a good question. I've had a few role plays. I kind of want to say, yeah, honestly, it would probably be the first and technically last tabletop D&D game I had with friends. It was one, two, three, four, 5 people, including myself. And it was the first time playing, and they let me play as an orc because there was a few homebrew things. The other guy was playing as a what was it called? A kobold, and I think the other two were playing as Dragonborn, but one wanted to be a leader, the other one wanted to be a fighter. But he was also dabbling in healing magics to help balance out the team. And so I was playing as a big dumb orc called Stompy. And the DM just fell in love with this character because he's just like, his whole premise was he likes to stomp on things. He has a big boot. He also has a sword, but he'd rather stomp on it. So because I was new and I'm still learning the ropes, the DM let me find a helmet that would let me get up from drop kicking someone as a free action because most of his attack power was in the boot. And once I started learning how to play, the DM and I were just like, yeah, that helmet's gonna have to get lost soon. Stompy's getting tough. I'm like, yeah. But we never did finish the campaign, but it was just fun playing as a big dumb orc because one of the rewards, everyone got like a crystal after defeating this one enemy. I don't even remember what the enemy was. But like the DM just straight up told us because everyone's trying to roll to see if there's anything special. The DM just told us flat out, it's not a special gem. It's just a high resale value. That's it. Like, oh, okay. And so the kobold's like, everyone goes to sell, and the kobold uses a spell on Stompy's gem to make it like glow or talk or something. And I'm like, oh. So I roll dice, and the DM's like, what are you doing? I'm gonna see if Stompy falls for it. He does. He doesn't sell his gems. Like, but it's worthless other than for cash. But Stompy thinks it's special, so he doesn't get any of the reward for the mission. Fun times. So, Shu, give me your question.
Oh man. I got nothing, honestly.
Not
Like-
any question at all. We went
I
through like
mean-
15 questions, and you can't even think of one of those. You can't think of something else. I mean, Addy asked me about
know what?
butter for whatever reason. Silver asked me about role plays. I asked
know
you
what?
15 different questions, and you can't think of one or even use one of them?
Fine, if we're allowed to use one, what's your favorite book then?
The Art of War by Sun Tzu. That is
Why am
not
I
a
not
joke.
surprised?
I'm
That is not a
surprised.
joke. I actually have a copy with all these little tabs on it for like quick references.
I have a book for you.
Is it called The Prince?
No, it's called Old Man's War by John Salovey.
And how much does it cost?
I got this thing for it was not that it was a whole series. I got the whole series for like $10.
Oh, that's cheap. The
Yeah.
If I had to pick an actual book, quote unquote, it would have to be The Romance of the Three Kingdoms. I believe it's 4 novels.
Yeah, either
It's
works.
about ancient China civil war with the Three Kingdoms, Wei, Wu, and
Mhm.
Shu. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Play Dynasty Warriors if you don't want to read it. It's somewhat accurate to the books, depending on which one you play. They all take liberties, but you kind of have to when you make 10 of them. But yeah,
Right.
that's my answer for that. So, it has been. Hold on, gotta stretch this out for 3 more minutes. It'll be a full hour-long video. So, that's been our little podcast for this week. I'd like to thank the 3 of you, Adimarchus, Shumoko, and Silver Wolf, for joining me. For the last time to do plugs or shoutouts, if you have them, please do them now. And to say goodbye, Silver.
Well, Discord is probably the best way to find me. But if you want to think of me for a Twitter, it's Mitch Wolf of Silver or Silver Maradoc or Silver Wolf, one of the 3. And Twitch, Silver Wolf, the same thing. And yeah, feel free to drop by. I don't use it much, unfortunately, but you're always welcome to drop by.
Okay. Shoo.
I'm kind of in the same boat on the Discord bit. But I do check Twitter every now and then. Mainly for like memes and stuff. I am on SL, so if you catch me on there, that say hi. I don't
I mean,
bite.
I mean, I think we all are. That's where we got
Yeah,
these
well.
avatars from.
3 out of 4 of us anyway.
No, all 4 of us.
No, I mean we're all from the SL, but
Yes, we are.
Adimarchus is using a
No.
non-SL avatar.
No.
No?
That's an SL avatar.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
fooled me.
Get wrecked, son. Get skills. So, Addy, now that he tried to dump on you, but we came to your saving grace because we're friends.
Yeah.
Any
I
last
deserve
words?
the roasting.
Um,
From a dragon, no less.
I mean to pillage and plunder.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's
And, and other than copyright music, any shout outs or anything you want to say?
It was definitely fun doing the podcast for once. Been trying to make these and whatnot, but never had the time.
Life gets in the
Thank
way.
you for having me on. Yeah, life sure does. But yeah.
Well, yeah. As for myself, I'm Razor Tim Core across the board: Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. I try to upload something every Saturday on YouTube, so this may not be out till 2, maybe 3 weeks from now. But I gotta double check on that. And brain stopped working. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all for coming and joining and listening to us chitter chatter. And I thank the 3 of you for coming. And with that, I bid you adieu. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Everybody at the same time now. Goodbye.
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 Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
The stream's